Okay, so I literally could not be fucked to find a better place to record a video right now. I am kind of like half sitting on my couch and having it like tilted on the arm of my couch with like a lamp like right there. And it's like 7, so at this time of the year in Canada, the sun went down like 3 hours ago, pretty much. So winter fucking sucks. Once again, I'm drinking Mountain Dew, the voltage one, because it was fucking delicious, and I am secretly, but not so secretly, really wanting to get sponsored by Mountain Dew. So, it's worth a shot. I mean, yes, it's worth a shot. I realized I hadn't really made a video in a couple weeks now, or something like that. Somewhere, you know, around 2 weeks. And, yeah, I just wanted to make another one because I was bored, and makeup's not half bad right now, so I figured I'd take advantage of my makeup not being half bad. I guess this is more, maybe this could very well turn into Talky Talk Part 2. In retrospect, had I known that I was going to be making a thing out of Talky Talk, I would have chosen a much more creative name than Talky Talk, but we're here now. I want to explain to you guys, because, you know, this day, well, for quite some time now, everybody has a cell phone. Everybody. Like, I'll go on the bus here, and I'll easily see, like, kids that can't be any older than 8 whipping out their, like, fucking iPhones, and I'm sitting here with my Android, like, I'm pretty. And, yeah, so cell phones are a thing, and, well, not more so now with, like, smartphones, which is a bit of an unnerving title if you ask me. I'm gonna take over the world they already have. But I think I didn't even get my first cell phone until, I don't know, maybe I was in the 9th grade, so when I was 14, 15 years old, sort of thing, which is, I mean, looking back now, still kind of seems like a bit of a young-ish age to be having a cell phone. Anyways, point being, I've had a cell phone for a while now, but I'm very careful with my phone. Like, I'm sure you guys have like a lot of friends, just like I have a lot of friends that seemingly either break or lose their phone like every week or like every month or every other month or something like frequently. And when I see that happening, I'm like, what are you doing with your phone? I've never broken my phone. I mean, I've had to send it in for repairs, but that was for like actual malfunctions in the phone that was not done by me. But I've never broken my phone, and yet I take my phone everywhere, and I go to like metal shows, I go, you know, out of town, I go to punk rock shows, and just, I fall down a lot on top of it all, and I have never broken my phone, nor I haven't even chipped or cracked or shattered my screen before. But I mean, that's also because I have never owned an iPhone 5 or iPhone of any generation of it. And those things are fucking bullshit with their screens. I've never broken a phone, and which I don't understand, because I'm a pretty destructive person, I guess would be a way of putting it. But yeah, so like I've never broken my phone, and up until this like past weekend, I had never lost my phone before. But yeah, so this had happened, and it baffled me because I am one of those people that are like really, really, really careful with their phone. So I was at my friend Ben's house, Ben Cat, for Ben's birthday, and I didn't even have like really anything to, well, anything. I didn't have very much to drink, so it's not like I was stupid drunk or anything like that. Like, I think I had, before heading over there, I had like that much of like a mixed drink of orange juice and like Crystal Head vodka, and then when I got to the party, I had one beer, And then a while after finishing said beer, I had a cup of wine, like maybe like that full. So I leave, and I don't have like a separate like iPod or MP3 player. Like my music is on my phone. So I'm one of those people, like I don't know about you guys, but I cannot walk around or get on a bus or anything like that without having headphones on. I just can't. I mean, maybe me more so because it helps me kind of shelter myself from the world, you know, and that helps with my anxiety. The point is that I left and I put my music on, so I know that I had my phone on me when I left the house. But it's just, I'm in Canada and it's wintertime, so it was fucking cold out. And so, I think I wanted to like change the song or something, so I grabbed by the cord of my headphones to pull my phone out of my purse. But it's happened before where when I pull like that, the phone, like the headphone jack comes out of my phone and then the phone just like falls back in my purse. So I figured that that's what happened, because I thought I felt it slide back in my purse. Because actually, hold on, I'll grab my purse, show you how big it is. So this is my purse. My little bat on it, you can't see it. Anyways, this is my purse. It's like kind of like my elbow is right at the bottom, you can't really see. Elbow's right at the bottom, goes up to my wrist, and I only lifted it like that far, it felt like it at least, before it became detached. So I was convinced, I'm like, okay, it just fell back into my purse. But it was too fucking cold for me to reach in there and like take my gloves off and like everything. I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'll check when I get on the bus. Bad decision, really. Message, helpful bit of info to you guys out there. If it feels like something fell or became detached or anything of the sort, check when you feel that. Don't wait until you do what I do and you walk 20 minutes down the road and wait for a bus for like 10 minutes and then get on said bus that's going to take you really far away from the area that you're currently in. Check. Because when I got on the bus, I'm like, okay, shit, now I want my music on because I'm on the bus. Fishing. I lost my phone! Yeah, so I get home, and this is when I'm really starting to panic, because I grabbed my purse from like the bottom corners of it, like flipped it over and like really shook it out, like pulled the inner lining out. Phone was not in there. So I checked my pockets again, because the inside of one of my jacket pockets is kind of like the inner lining of it is ripped, so I figured maybe it went like in to my jacket, if that makes any sense. And it didn't. And so I'm like grabbing every bit of content that I had in my purse and shaking that out, because I had a couple of shirts in there that my friend Maggie wanted me to modify for her. So I took each one of those and like shaking it out, checking all the pockets, like checking everything like 1,000 times over, because I was paranoid. Nothing. So I stole my roommate's phone then. Thank God I don't live by myself. So I grabbed my roommate's phone and called my friend Corey, because he has a car. And I'm like, hey Corey, I know it's, because this is another thing, this also happened at like 2:33 in the morning. I was like, Corey, buddy, please, like, I need a huge favor of you. So Corey came pick me up, drove me back to the area that I was in, and so we retraced my steps, because like I like retraced from Ben's house up to like where it felt like it just slipped back into my purse. Nothing. Kind of impressive that somebody already picked up my phone in less than like maybe half an hour, or no, maybe like less than 45 minutes, and considering that it was like 2:33 in the morning and the area that I was in, nobody was around. So I don't know, either way, so I lost it. I'm like, shit. I mean, there's such an awful stigma against girls being obsessed with their phones, or sorry, not obsessed, addicted to their phone. But it's true. Going back to my original point of how major cell phones are these days, you use them for everything. And just in general, I guess like one of the biggest reasons why I so paranoid out is because I have my music on it. And like I explained, I need my music to go outside. I cannot go outside without music on. I can't, or else I will have a panic attack. I posted about it on Facebook just to see if like anybody had any suggestions on how to handle the situation. And at first people were like, obviously, you know, fucking deactivate your phone or like your SIM card so that whoever does have it can't use that and rack up your bill, blah blah blah. So I did that. And then thankfully my friend Sarah, the one you've seen in a couple of my videos, I linked to her channel below, it's Mother Viking 0809. She comments on it, and then we ended up chatting because she, like, her place is kind of like a graveyard for old cell phones, is the way I'd put it. So thank God, because like, I'm with Virgin Mobile, and thankfully the guy, like I spoke to the guy at my kiosk at the mall up the road, and he gave me a couple SIM cards, and he's like, if you find a friend who has either an old Virgin or an old Bell phone, you can use those. Just put these SIM cards in, activate the SIM card, blah 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 blah. Sarah gave me her old iPhone 3, and so that was just like, oh my god, like that was just so generous. Like even though it's like a super old version, generation version of iPhone, I was like, holy shit, like she just gave me an iPhone. I felt like the coolest kid in class sort of thing, like I have an iPhone, guys, isn't it cool? So I got that then, and I brought over like a couple of steaks and like a thing of bacon to thank her, even though that's like not nearly good enough thank you for giving me an iPhone, but I'm a broke ass right now, and so I did what I could just to show my thanks. And then like the very next day, I check my my email, because like, okay, so she gave me the iPhone 2 days after I lost it, my phone, and then I guess several days after losing my phone, when I checked my email and I saw that I'd received one from a worker at Virgin Mobile, I'm like, excuse me, I'm like, maybe this is just confirmation that I've deactivated my phone properly or something. So anyways, I checked my email, and the woman worker told me that apparently some gentleman found my phone on the street and actually turned it into the kiosk there at the mall downtown. I was like, really? Holy shit, like there's actually some decent human beings left in the world, like this is really cool. So I go and get it, and first of all, like again, I reiterate, it's winter times, and I dropped it into the street, so it either dropped into slush, a puddle, or into a snowbank, and it was there for a decent amount of time that you would think it would get water damage or break or malfunction in some way or another, but it didn't. And the fact that a guy picked it up, like, he could have very easily fucked with it, and, you know, done any number of other things. But I picked up my phone, it's in perfect working condition, all the same pictures are still on there, there's nothing is wrong with the phone whatsoever. So I'm like, I really wish I knew who this guy was so I could like fucking thank him like crazy. He could have very easily just kept my phone and taken the SIM card out and put a different one in there and been like, hey, free phone. But he didn't, so I was like, wow, like that was really fucking cool. It's nice to know that there's still some decent human beings out there. Yeah, so now I'm gonna be extra careful with my baby, my little android, with my beautiful picture of, well, can't see, but Davey Havoc, you know, old Davey Havoc from like, I don't know, early 2000s, I believe. In my Instagram. I make a lot of really unattractive sounds, I've come to learn. Well, not come to learn, like I've really paying more attention to that now. I make a lot of really animated facial expressions and a lot of really obscure sounds. Whatever. I'm an interesting person. Anyway, that's my phone story for you guys. Right after picking up my phone, I came home. And on my way home, it occurred to me, again, being outside in the wintertime, and then just, you know, thinking about weather overall, it got me onto the thought of certain bodily functions. Not those ones. When it's cold out, or rather, actually, this is what made me think of it. When I walk into my building, or at least the door that I use, like immediately in front of the door, there's like giant mirrors there, and then like, you know, in between the mirrors is the elevators. There's giant mirrors, so I always see myself when I'm, you know, getting to the door. And anyways, I looked in the mirror, I saw that, you know, when it's really cold out, your cheeks get flushed. Like any of you who live in like Hawaii or like predominantly warm places, may not know this, unless personally you've obviously seen any movies, but cheeks get flushed, and I can only assume that, like, you know, your blood is rushing to your face in an attempt to warm you up a bit. Just the same as in the summertime we sweat to cool our bodies down. Now, who's with me on saying that those are two of the most pathetic bodily functions ever? Because if you ask me, maybe it's just me, but when I sweat, I feel hotter, because then it's like my body is humid, if that makes any sense. So I feel more hot and more groggy when I sweat, even though I tend to sweat more in the wintertime, which is weird. And then the cheeks flushing, like, that's absolutely nothing. Does not warm up your face at all. So flushed faces in the wintertime and sweat, you are fucking useless. Quite honestly, that's all I really have to talk about. I thought I had more, but I don't. Actually, Netflix. I cheated, and I have American Netflix, because I'm sneaky as fuck like that. And so I've been watching a bunch of movies this past few days, because normally, like, I can't, like, even though there's like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of videos, or movies rather, on Netflix along with TV shows, I can never really find anything that I want to watch. But I was skimming through like the sections, and I think it was in the dark movies section. Surprise, surprise, that I would like the movies in the dark movie section. But no, I found quite a few that I really liked. The first one I watched that I ended up liking a lot was just called Hick. And then I think right after Hick, I watched All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Then after that, I watched one that I think a lot more you guys might know about. I've definitely seen it posted about a lot on Tumblr, is American Mary. And then there's no Brass Kettle, was really good. And right now I'm watching, or just started watching, an Elijah Wood one called Maniac. I've heard a lot of really good things about Maniac, which is why I'm watching it, so I have high hopes for it, so I'm just going to recommend it anyways, even though I technically haven't watched it. But Maniac seems good so far. All I know is that Elijah Wood is crazy. It's next change from Frodo Baggins. Mary, it's Frodo Baggins! Hey, Frodo! The only thing that I geek out over is Lord of the Rings. Look away. Don't judge me. Okay. I choked. I completely lost my train of thought there. I think I was talking about Netflix. I could be wrong. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I haven't really been doing anything lately that's particularly interesting. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. And if there's anything you guys want me to make a video on, obviously, like I've said so many times, let me know. One video I had the idea for like years now, because is a video on anxiety, and really I don't know why I haven't made that one yet, because I've had anxiety now for 4 years, and I've had this YouTube channel, like been active on this YouTube channel for like a little over 2 years now, so I should really make a video on that, because I do have a lot of info on anxiety, or at least I'm rather descriptive when it comes to what I do to deal with mine, or rather like what gets me through anxiety attacks, so on and so forth. If you guys have like specific questions about anxiety, just leave it in the comment section. Like I always check my comments. I don't reply to every single one, like on like any other, you know, video of mine. If you comment and I don't reply, it's not because, like, you know, I don't care or anything like that. It's just I might just not know what to say back other than a simple like thank you or something like that. So anytime you guys do comment saying something nice about my videos, whether it's something you're agreeing with what I've said or you make a comment on how I look in the video, thank you. I really appreciate that. I just don't know how to word it other than just saying thank you. So that this is a big general thank you to all of those. So anyways, now I'm really rambling a lot. Well, this entire video is rambling. I'm gonna sign off now, stop recording, go edit this and then post it, and then get back to watching Maniac, and hopefully it's really good. So talk to you guys later. Wait, that's not a hand, that's there.